Good morning. Today we are doing CO67. I can identify transformations and lines of symmetry. So we're still working with polygons, but we're switching what we're doing with these polygons. So first we need to know that an image is the new figure formed by a transformation. So what is a transformation? Transformation are three different things. It could be a translation, which is the same thing as a slide. So when you transform something, you are sliding it across, you're sliding it down. A reflection is the same thing as a flip. So you take something and you flip it. Okay, so a reflection is a flip, and a rotation is a turn. So a rotation is when we turn, and we use that angle of rotation to turn it. So in what we're doing in class, our angle of rotation is going to be, that point is going to be at the origin, at the 0, 0 on the coordinate plane. The line of reflection we use when we flip something. So it's the line in which a figure is flipped when the figure undergoes a reflection. So think about that line of reflection would be where the fold happens. So think about when we cut out a heart. Okay, we fold it in half and we cut that heart out so it's identical on both sides. So that line of reflection, that is that line of symmetry. So it'll be identical on both sides. You're just flipping it the other way. Center of rotation is the point at which the figure undergoes the rotation. We're going to be using the origin for our center of rotation. The angle of rotation is the angle formed by two rays drawn from the center of rotation through corresponding points on the original figure to its image. So we're going to go through examples of these. That line of symmetry I just talked about, it's the line that divides two parts that are mirror images of each other. Rotational symmetry is a figure has a rotational symmetry of a turn is 180 degrees or less, produces an image that fits exactly on the original figure. So let's look at what these examples are going to look like. So identifying a translation. So what does translation mean? What are we doing to our image? We're sliding it. So if we have our coordinate plane, if our image is right here, that slide, that translation means we're sliding it down some. That's all it means, is we're just sliding it. What was that? No, you can slide it up, you can slide it over, up, down. It's just a slide. So it's going the same direction. I wouldn't have this and then slide it and say now it's like that, because it's not, that line across here isn't going straight across. It turned. We don't want to turn it. We want to slide it so it looks the exact same, just at a different place in the coordinate plane. A rotation, the rotation would be if we have, let's say we have a polygon like that, and we're going to rotate it on that origin. So rotating means we're turning it. So we're going to turn it. So now instead of looking like this, it's going to look like that. So we're turning, starting right here, we're turning it over. Does that make sense for the turn? That rotation? And then symmetry. Symmetry means we are flipping it. So if we had our triangle looking like that, and if we're going to use that y-axis as our line of reflection, it's going to flip like that. I didn't draw it to scale, but it would be the exact same thing, just flipped over. Line of symmetry, that line of reflection would be right there, and it just flips over. Questions? The big thing to remember, that translation means slide. Rotation means turn. Symmetry means that reflection, which is a flip. Okay? Keywords to remember. What does it mean to slide it, to turn it, and to flip it? There's a lot of giggles. I hope we're paying attention. Focus. Focus. Yes, there are people that make noises outside of our room. We need to learn to ignore. Any questions about our translations, rotations, and reflections? Ryan? Yes. Our assignment for today is page 139, 140. Remember that line of symmetry is where you would fold it for them to be identical on both sides. Some figures have more than one line of symmetry. So for the line of symmetry, if we had our heart, that line of symmetry would be right here because we would fold it and it would look the same. If we had a rectangle, where would my line of symmetry be? Is there just one line of symmetry, or can we have more? You can have more, because a rectangle, you could have that line of symmetry going up and down. You could also have it going across. You can have more than one line of symmetry. We are not going to worry about the angles for 4, 5, and 6. It says if it does have rotational symmetry, we're not going to worry about rotational symmetry, just where the lines of symmetry are. Okay. All right, so page 139, 140. For my friends at home, we hope you are well. We hope to see you soon.